Hello, I'm Hasmi from the White Marsh Branch Library, and today I'll be showing you how to make Puerto Rican style tostones and a garlic dipping sauce to go along. Plantains are pretty popular in Latin American and Caribbean cuisine. For example, in Venezuela, Panama, Peru, and some other countries, they have patacones, and in the Dominican Republic, they have mangú. Plantains are also really popular in a lot of Puerto Rican dishes, but for today we'll focus on tostones, which are twice fried green plantains. What you'll need for this recipe are 2 to 3 green plantains, some vegetable oil for frying, and then some adobo seasoning to sprinkle once they're done. For our dipping sauce, we'll need some garlic and then some more vegetable oil, or olive oil works too. So let's get started. Here I have my plantains. You want to try and make sure to get the greenest ones you can. If they're starting to ripen and turn a bit yellow, you can still use them. Just know that they'll be a bit sweet, and we're really going for savory. So the first thing we're going to do is peel the plantains. The plantains can be slippery, so what you can always do is cut the plantain in half and use a spoon to help you peel. So what you're going to do is you can take your knife and go along the little ribs of the plantain and bring your knife down to score the skin, like so. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, all right, and then you can take your spoon and then pop it under the skin. You might have to do a little wiggling at first. Okay, and use your spoon to slowly peel off the skin. Now, once you have your plantain peeled, you're going to want to go ahead and cut it into 1-inch rounds. Okay, so depending on the size of your plantain, you can get about 6 to 8 out of 1 plantain. Now that we're done slicing, the next thing we're going to get ready to do is fry. Before we do that, I did want to give you a tip. If you're doing a lot of plantains in a batch, they will start turning brown. So one thing you can do to keep them from turning brown is putting them into a bowl of water like I have here. And then once you're ready to fry, you can just take a paper towel and dab off the water so that they don't sputter in the oil when you drop them in. Tostones are fried twice. Unlike a banana, plantains are really hard when raw, so it'd be really hard to smash them if we didn't par cook them first. So I have this pan with preheated oil. You want to add enough oil so that it comes up halfway on your round, so about 1/2 inch of oil. This may be a little bit different depending on your pan. Okay, so once the oil is hot enough, you can start dropping in your slices. Okay, you want to be careful. All right, and you're going to want to fry these 2 to 3 minutes on each side or until they're golden and lightly tender. All right, and don't crowd your pan too much. All right, and so we're going to let these fry. Okay, so these look good, so I'm going to start flipping them. Okay, so these look about ready. So you're going to want a paper towel lined plate so you can go ahead and drain your plantain slices. Okay, and then you can finish up with the rest of your slices. Alright, now that we've got our slices out of the oil from our first fry, we're ready for my favorite part, the smashing. So I have this handy tool here called a tostonera from Puerto Rico, which is specifically made for smashing plantains into tostones. And so how it works is it's got this divot here, and you put your plantain and then smash it to your desired thickness. I usually go for about 1/8 of an inch, but you can do them thinner or thicker depending on your preference. Now, if you don't have a tostonera, that's okay too. You can smash your plantain slices using a plate like this. Okay, and so just make your way through all of your batches, and then you'll get ready for your second fry. Okay, now that we've finished smashing, we're going to go on to our second fry. You're going to take your smashed plantains and drop them in the oil again. Okay, and you're going to cook these until they're golden crispy, about 3 minutes. And you don't want to crowd the pan too much so the oil doesn't go cold. About halfway through, you can also go ahead and flip them. Okay, so they've heated about just a minute now, and then we'll go ahead and drain them. Okay, once they're looking nice, golden crispy, you can go ahead and take them out of the oil and put them on another plate with a paper towel to drain off the excess oil. Okay, now that all of the plantain slices have been fried, we can go ahead and season them with some adobo. And adobo is just a mixture of salt, pepper, and garlic powder. So if you don't have adobo, you can also just use salt and pepper. Okay, now that we've seasoned our tostones, we can go ahead and plate them. So now we can go ahead and make our garlic dipping sauce. So I've got about 1/4 cup of olive oil here. You can make more you can use more if you're going to make a bigger batch. Okay, and so to the oil, I'm going to add some smashed garlic cloves. So I'm going to take the back of my knife and just smash these cloves. Easy peasy. Okay, once these are smashed, you can go ahead and just roughly chop them. Okay, now that these are roughly chopped, you can go ahead and add it to your oil. Maybe a little neater than I'm doing. Okay, and so now you have your own batch of tostones and a dipping sauce to go along. For more Puerto Rican and Latin American recipes like this one, head over to our cookbook collection that has books like this one, Coconuts and Collards by Diaz. For a list of some of our Latin American cookbooks, check out the link in the description. And also be sure to visit bcpl.info for the latest on our collections and virtual programming. Thank you for watching, and I hope you make your own batch of tostones. Buen provecho!